Bunker, your one-stop shop for B-Bender related videos, and our first video of the new year. Happy 2020. Haven't seen you in a while. Thought you had forgot about us. We hadn't done much lately, but here we are back stronger than ever and playing over one of our all-time favorite songs, the backing track. Hopefully you could tell by that looping backing track, this is indeed Mystery Train, based on Mystery Train, the Elvis Presley Sun Classic cover he did back there in the mid to late 50s. Originally recorded by Junior Parker, and then caught the ear of a young Mr. Presley when he went into his Sun Record days, and made notorious and infamous from that point on. Fun track to play over, so we're going to try and put some Bender over for your convenience here at the Bender Bunker. I can think of no better way. We've got our Elvis picture back there. We're huge Elvis fans here in the bunkers, so I wanted to start off the new year with an Elvis track if possible, so here we go. Also celebrating another unlikely milestone that between you and me I never thought we'd get to, but I'm happy to report the Bender Bunker now has over 1,000 subscribers here on the channel, which is a big surprise to me. I just didn't think there was that much B-Bender interest these days, but it seems to be picking up a little momentum, so maybe if we're nice, more of the guitar manufacturers will get the Bender back in circulation. I hope so. So let's get rolling here with this lesson. I'm going to walk you through what I was doing here in isolation so you can get a better feel for it, decide if you want in. But we're coming in on the A, and we're keeping it very simple, and then we're hopefully building up to a Bender crescendo, if you will. So we start in A with this. Goes back to the E as I do that next part. We go back and do it again. Now the song is going to B and A, so we do this. And then, just like I say, a crescendo of bending action up the neck, because I've always heard that's what the ladies like. All right, so if that sounds good to you, you know the drill. Join me here in the new year as we explore some bending options over a Mystery Train here in the Bender Bunker, because that's coming up next. Well, there you are. You've decided to take a ride on the Mystery Train with me. I do appreciate having you on board here. Let's get started. Now, the dominant key of this version of Mystery Train is an E. But we're going to come in on the A section. That's what you heard in the intro there. So we're coming in on the A, we're going to the E, and then we're ultimately going to end up with the B7th section to the A, back to the E. So as always, we try to keep the 3 chords in the truth. We've said that many times, and we're trying to hold true to that methodology here in the bunker. So the first thing we're going to do here in A is this. As you may have noticed, I'm not playing with a pick this time. I usually try to play with a pick, not to leave anybody out. I will say that everything I do, gonna be funky from now on. No, that's different. Is pick approved. You can do it. I've just decided to start teaching them the way I write them. In this case, I wrote it with just my thumb and my index finger. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the 3rd string and the 2nd string to start this party. So I've got my index finger there on the 3rd string 2nd fret. That's the only thing I'm fretting right now. And then I'm grabbing the 3rd string and the open 2nd string and taking the bender up, basically making an A chord, the top 2 strings of your A chord. And we're only going to use the top 3 strings for this first section. All right, so we hit those 2, keeping the index finger where it is. That's no reason to move it. We're going to go up to the high E 3rd with our ring finger, grab that, and then pick it open. Now the bender's still engaged, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the B string, I'm going to pluck it once, take the bender down about halfway, about a half step down, bring it back. Just like that. Should sound like that. Now notice the bender's still fully engaged now, we brought it all the way back. Go ahead and hit that high E 3rd again. I'm using my ring finger for that. Now I'm going to hit the B string. The bender's still fully engaged, so it's already a full step up. And then I'm going to go hit the high E open. So all together. Notice the bender's still fully engaged right now. Down, and then go ahead and hit that 3rd string 2nd fret with my index finger that never left. That's kind of our pattern. So work that till you get it nice and fluid, because that's such a big part of this lesson. Now the song is going back to the dominant key of E, so we're going to be doing this. So let's learn the E part. All right, so you left our index finger 3rd string 2nd. All we're going to do for the E part is take that index finger down just 1. So now it's 3rd string 1st. Okay? And then what we're doing is either down picking the 3rd and 2nd string or grabbing it with your fingers like I am for a true double stop. And I'm going to go ahead and have it pre-bent. The bender's going to be already bent. I'm going to grab those 2 strings and let it down. Bender's all the way down. And that's coming out of the first part. Now, the next section we're going to go to is we're going to be using the 4th and the 2nd string primarily. So I'm coming up here for this pattern, which is my middle finger 4th string 4th fret, and my index finger on the 2nd string, your B string 3rd fret. That pattern. That's what we're doing. So we just came down off this. Bender's down. I'm sneaking up for this new pattern. Middle finger's going up to the 4th. Now as I'm doing that, that gives me a chance to engage the bender without any sound, because I need it pre-engaged, so that when I hit that 3rd string 2nd fret, your B string, I can let it down. And then the bender's down again. Okay? Now, the last part is this. So again, it's still going to be your 4th string and your 2nd string like we just did on this shape. The shape is this. This now is going to be my ring finger on the 4th string 9th, and then my index finger on the 2nd and 1st string 7th. Right, which of course, up until now, here's an announcement. Always called, we're getting to the E section of what we always called the twang box for the bender. Right? So, I've decided this year to start calling it the bender box, patent pending. So, the bender box for E is what we're working up to. Now, nose bender's down when we get up here. So we're sliding up here. We got, by the way, don't go to benderbox.com. You don't want to see that, trust me. You've been warned. Okay, so here we are. Bender's down. Now we're going up to this shape. So ring finger, 4th string 9th, drop the index on the top 2 on the 7th, and then when you start with your 4th string 9th, go ahead and hit your B string on the 7th and take your bender up. And keep it engaged for a second. All right, now as I mentioned before, you've got your index finger covering the top 2 on the 7th, so go ahead and hit that high E7th, come back to the bender, and then let it down. And then finish the bender box there by moving your ring finger over to the 3rd string 9th. All right, so that's that sequence all together. So the first 2 of the 3 are pre-engaged bender. When you get to the 3rd, you're taking the bender up when you get there. All right, so all together. Repeats. When you get to this part, do what it feels. I'm just showing you the basic. When you get, you can double stop it. Whatever you want. I'm just showing you the easy one. right, so that is the first half. Now, the song is going to the B section next, all right? So I'm gonna go grab a cold beverage, as I'm prone to do, and we're gonna get right on that. Refreshing. All right, Bender Rule 42, always stay hydrated. Sort of like Webb Wilder, where he says, wear glasses if you need them. I have practical tips. You stay hydrated, you wear sunscreen. Just as practical, just as dull. All right, so we just learned our E section. Now, the song is going to B and then A. So here's the lick we're going to learn for B. And good news, we're just going to go ahead and take that lick and use it for A too. Why not? We'll make it economical. We'll get more bang for our Bender buck. So starting with the B, it's going to be... That's the lick twice, B and then A. So... Let's dive in and learn that thusly. Starting in the B lick, top 2 strings covered with your index on the 5th, please, and then your little finger up here on the high E7. All right. 4-note sequence we're about to go over right here. We're going to start with the B string on the 5th with your index. Pick, and bender goes up all the way. Leave the bender there for a second. Okay, so high E 7th with little. Little comes off, so we can do high E index 5th. Now we're going to go back to the B string on the 5th. By this point, by the time we hit that high E 5th, we've given ourselves just enough time to let the bender down about halfway so that when we pick that B string on the 5th, we can actually pick it and bring the bender the halfway back up again. That's it right there. Kind of a feel thing, so get loose with it. It is 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We just learned that 4-note sequence. What we're going to do there, bender's fully engaged now. Top 2 are being covered by the index on the 5th. Let's take that index and cover the top 2 down there on the 2nd. When we get down there, bender's still fully engaged, of course. We're going to start with the high E, hit that, then go to the B string to let the bender down. And finish the sequence with our ring finger hopping over to the 3rd string 4th. Is what we're now calling the bender box for B. Isn't that handy? All right, so coming off of the B. Let's do the same lick for A. So that means we're going from B to A, so we're just taking our starting point, 5 and 7, right? We're taking it down to 3 and 5. So index finger covering top 2 on the 3rd, and then little finger goes up to the high E 5th. Let's do the same thing we just learned. 4 notes. Now what do we do to finish this off? Well, good news. Just let your thumb keep the bender engaged. Take your hands off. Start with the open string. So now it's high E open to the B string open to let it down. Then index finger ends up 3rd string 2nd fret to complete that A. So kind of slow, B into the A. There you go, that's the B and the A together. Now I think at the opening I may have got a little fancy with the A section, thrown an extra ghost note in, so it was... Coming real on that 3rd note as a ghost note. I think I'm adding an extra one in there. 1, 2, 3. And then you can do that if you want. All kinds of things you can do with it, but that's the basis of what we're working out of. You could even double stop it. All right, so let's go out of the E. All right, so we just did B, A, basically the same lick for both. And now it's time to go to the big E crescendo bender finale that's crowd pleasing as promised in the intro. I believe I said the ladies like it. I have no proof, but you write in the comments, let me know if it worked for you. So we're going back to the dominant key of E, and we're going to end with a flourish, and it's going to be... Woo! All right, let's learn that. Let's learn the positions. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this fifth position is an octave of where we started. So position 1, top 2 strings here. Position 1 is middle finger, B string, 3rd, and then the ring finger right there next to it, high E, 4th. Second position is easier because it's your fingers, the 2 fingers right there on the 2 on the 7th, same fret. Exact same thing on the 10th, top 2 on the 12th, and then an octave up of where we started, so 15, 16. All right. Sounds great. No, you got to put the bender in. That's the magic. So let's start with that 4-note wonder. We're starting with our B string on the 3rd, then 2 on the high E 4th, back to the B to let it down. Position 2, again, top 2 on the 7th. It's only a 2-note situation. We're starting with our high E on the 7th because that gives us enough time to pre-bend, so when we hit the 7th fret B, we can let it down. Right? Do the same thing again going up to the top 2 on the 10th. Now when we get to the top 2 on the 12th, it's still the same 2 on the same fret, but we're back to the 4-pick mentality that we started this run with. So it's starting with the B string, 2 on the high, and back down. So we're 4, 2, 2, 4 on the picking. And then we pop up here to finish strong with the octave of where we started, 15, 16. Again, we're going to start with the high E 16 with our ring finger. We've got our middle finger there on the B string 15. We're starting with the high E so that we can give ourselves time to do a pre-bend for the B string. Bender comes down, and then what we do then, once we let the bender down, the middle finger from the B string 15 hops over to the G string 16. So now we've got the high E and the G string covered on the 16. And we can finish. And either down pick that if you're picking, or I'm grabbing the 3rd and the 1st string together and doing that. Because that's just a classic twang shape for E, and we're back in E. Right, that 1st and 3rd string. That's just twang 101. All right. That is the big finish. Now, of course, since you've got the luxury, again, of keeping your fingers together on the same fret for 7, 10, and 12, make sure you slide. Make sure you get it really slinky. All right, you now know all the steps to ride the mystery train Bender to Benderville, if you will. And I think that was a fun lesson. I'm glad we got to start 2020 with a little bit of the king back there. TCB, in this case, TCB stands for taking care of Bender, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. If you enjoyed any part of this lesson, might be a good time to hit the like button. If you got a friend that really needs to be a part of this, share it with them while you're thinking about it. And this is the first time you've seen us here in the Bender Bunker, well, welcome. And you might want to hit that subscribe button waiting for you there so you don't lose track of us. I'm trying to put out some hot Bender action at least once or twice a month if I can. We skipped January, but I think it's going to be worth it. I've got some fun stuff coming up here in the very near future. So for now, we're going to end as we always do with our motto. It is never too late to go on a Bender, and I certainly hope you do. I'm going to fire up the backing track, play us on out of here. I'll see you next time. Do me a favor, keep it bent.